Hey, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to have a little something done for the morning. It's a small slate. Just talk about what I'm doing a little bit. I'm going with mostly the Yankees and the combination of Yankees, Texas, and Tampa. I also like spending down for my SP2 between PFAT, where I'm not using Tampa, and I like the I'm going to probably have 100% Bieber today just because he's the best pitcher on the slate, and it's not all that hard to get him. So that's a little bit about what I'm doing. I think that, you don't need to go full stacks today. Like, you definitely don't need to go five mans. You definitely don't need to do that. You could even take hitters against pitchers if you wanted to. I'm not saying it's the most optimal thing to do, but I do think that it is a option that you could look at. And I have no issue with that whatsoever. So I actually would probably be getting to a little bit of that if I was mass multi-entering here. I also think leaving money on the table on a slate like this is a little more viable than usual, just because of we just really don't need to spend all of our money here. But I have it Bieber, PFAT, and Bradford as my main pitchers. I have no problem if you want to take Sandoval, Lance Lynn for upside, even Clark Schmidt. I just personally see no real difference in spending down a little bit and getting some of these other guys in there. So that's what I'm doing. I don't mind also if you're not going to get to if you're not playing the Bradford or anything like that. I think you can get to a little bit of Texas here. I think you can get to a little bit of Detroit here. Baez, Ibanez, super cheap, Matt Vierling at the top, Torkelson. All of those guys make a lot of sense. And then you even have Carpenter as in the lefty-lefty, but it means he's not going to come out of the game when they bring a righty in, assuming that they do after Bradford. So that's sort of what I like doing today. Sandoval makes me a little bit nervous, but I kind of like embracing the variance because I do think he has upside. It's just kind of a scary matchup because the White Sox actually, historically have guys who have hit lefties pretty well. And so that's basically what I'm doing. Stanton, Bader, Garcia, Semien are my highest owned players, and that's where I'm at. Good afternoon, and thank you, Remo. Happy to be here and fire in any questions. I don't think this is going to be a very long show, but happy to answer. Happy to talk to you guys about anything here. Maybe you're off to a hot golf start, and that's would love to hear about that. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at for this slate. I like the keeping it pretty tight and not playing a ton of lineups. And Sandoval, my SP2s will be a combination probably of Sandoval, Bradford, and PFAT. Along with Bieber basically being my SP1 in pretty much everything. And I'm going to make a couple of quick changes here because I like another build I did a little better. Let's do this. And let's do 5,400 PFAT. And then we get Perdomo. Okay. All right, let's do that. A 3-3-1-1. That'll work, I think, for this kind of a slate. All right, guys, fire on questions or thoughts. What are you guys doing? Anything you guys are doing to get off the board? Like I said, I mentioned, I think that if you want to get, for larger field, I think the Tigers make a lot of sense. I think they'll have some ownership, but I think I don't think the full five man is going to be very owned. So that's one thing you could certainly consider doing. But yeah, it's kind of a straightforward slate. Favorite outside the box stack. You can't get that far outside the box because everybody's pretty, owned. I think Detroit is my favorite. Only showing one player on Goldie's ownership above 10% owned. That's pretty good for a 5-gamer. So I like that a little bit. Even like the Angels are going to be owned because people are going to have the money to spend for Trout and Ohtani, even if they don't own the whole stack. The White Sox are going to have some ownership. Arizona is going to have some ownership. Tampa Bay will have pretty high ownership. Oakland will have almost none. So I like the idea of maybe using some Oakland pieces. And the Yankees will have medium ownership, but still low teens I can handle, and single digit on some of these guys I can certainly handle. But I'm not getting to the Indians, which I think is also going to be the other chalky spot, just trying to avoid the mega chalk here. And don't love Texas as much without Seager, but I think you can still find a way to play like a Texas, a profitable Texas and Yankees stack. And I think that using using pieces from Oakland, I think is a good way to get a little bit creative here. But yeah, guys, let me know what's going on. Ready to talk through anything else. If you guys have any other thoughts or questions, I'm going to be out of here in a few minutes, but would be happy to happy to go over whatever with you guys as long as you're here. So let me know, and I'll wait a minute and give you guys a minute to get on in there. So see what's happening. I have some really good early plays and some really bad early plays in golf, and it's going to take 1 million under. So just keep that in mind this week. You're going to have to probably be 5 under to feel comfortable. Maybe 4 under makes it, but it's going to be a tricky one to get at anything less than that. I guess I've got lineups where most of my guys just haven't even started yet, but nice start for Lawrence Aberg either way, even with the double bogey at the end. Playing the FanDuel 337, 3-game. Was going to stack White Sox. Yeah, go ahead. I think that all of these, like literally everybody's viable, even KC against Bieber. But the White Sox didn't show up for me in my builds, but I'm totally fine with it. I think they're completely reasonable. Home run call of the day, which I hate doing more than anything. If I had to bet on one guy to hit a home run today, I'm going to go ahead and just say Stanton. I think he's my most logical one. Maybe second most would be Adolis Garcia, but those would be my 2 favorites. And please hit the like button, guys, when you're in here. We really appreciate it. It allows us to keep doing these videos for free and whatnot. But happy to answer anything else. Went through all my plays and basically everybody I'm using, and happy to answer anything else. I had a really, really ugly night last night, kind of disappointing night after a good previous night. So trying to get the streak going again. In order to do that, I actually have to win consecutive days, which is something I'm having a little trouble doing. I keep having a good day and then 2 bad ones, and it's just not quite going the way you want it to. But anyway, drop on in any other thoughts or questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here and head over to take care of some practical stuff before I try to join you guys later. Sheets will be live at 6. I'm going to try to join him, and I plan to join him. But we got Goldie with all the projections out today, which we really appreciate. It does, by the way, just for those of you guys who do play larger stuff, there's an outside chance you might see some overlay in this. Well, starting to tighten up a little bit, but for a while it was looking like that 555 was not going to sell out. And now it's looking a little more likely. So would have been nice to avoid the rake, but hey, can't have everything. So I just posted a couple little things up on Stake Kings today because I'm just playing the morning slate, and I'm going to try and play a little bit later. But I'm still not 100% sure that I'll be playing this evening. So drop on into questions and thoughts. Rody says he thinks he sees some overlay as well. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to go through in terms of what I'm actually doing. The only thing I know I'm doing is I'm playing 100% Bieber just because I don't think you can get that upside anywhere else. And I'm using PFAT, Bradford, and Suarez as my secondary pitchers. And that's pretty much it. Then I have Yankees, Texas, and then the mini stack of Oakland as a helping play. Just the value is nice, and the fact that they're going to have 0 ownership in a pretty good matchup, and that stadium plays a lot better for hitting during the day, especially because it's 73 degrees today and it's humid. So I like the Oakland game more than both sides of it more than I normally. I don't know about would, but maybe more than I normally do. I think Tampa's a really good stack. I just don't want to play that much chalk. And like I said, I don't think you need to fully 5-man stack today, but I think it's totally fine too if you'd like a stack enough. It's just going to be harder to get different that way. And we've seen consistently lately people winning with non-stacks, like really consistently. So just something to keep in mind. Anyway, guys, I'm probably going to get out of here. It looks like everything's drying up. I'll give you a couple more minutes. Well, I drink my coffee from my little DraftKings Yeti, which is where they were kind enough to send me. Anyway, let me know if you have anything else. And looks like we're going to dry up and get out of here. Good luck to everyone today. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts. I know that there was some issue with something technical. Anything that happens, you can always tag @scans on our Discord @me, and we'll try and help you out. And Rody's been a great help as well. So always feel free to tag him. I just, it's some technical stuff has been a little bit tougher, especially this summer when we don't have quite as many sports going on and we're sort of making some site upgrades. So just some things are a little bit delayed. It's going to happen from time to time. Anyway, guys, good luck today, everybody. And let's make some money. Hopefully we see you guys at the top of the leaderboards a little later.